Shalom. Assalamu alaikum, my friends. Before we dive into this video, let's discuss something about what's happening with the left, the right, the Republican, Democrat, the Hollywood, all that type of stuff, because this is very important for people to understand something. So, when you go, let's say you're in school, you got drama class, right? You're in drama. Now, let's say you're going to put on a play, and you're going to have some villains and you're going to have some heroes, right? Now, you gotta, all right, so we all come to class, right? Everybody's in the same class. We're in the classroom. We're all in the classroom, right? Boys and girls. And we're all there in the same mind frame, right? We're there to put on a show. We're all of the same mind. We're going to put on a show. So we're all of the same understanding that we're going to act out a show. All right? Now we have to go through and pick who's going to play what parts. Right? So this guy, you're going to play a hero, and this guy, you're going to play the villain. But you have to understand that they're not a hero or a villain. They're part of the class. Okay? You understand that, right? We're in a class. We're going to put on a show. Not necessarily that person is really a villain, and not necessarily that person is really a hero. So the reason I want you to understand that is in acting. So for instance, when you watch, let's go to Star Wars. All right, so who played Luke Skywalker, right? He played a good guy. Han Solo, these are good guys, right? Who played the bad guys? You got Stormtroopers and you got the Darth Vader. Now, the people who played Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers, they're still part of the class. It's not that they're villain. They're playing a part. They're playing a role. They're pretending. They're crafting. Understand? They're crafting. So let's dive into this video so you can understand what I'm saying, okay?
Piece of Trump with any level of respect is also disgusting in my book. And that's you, Joe Rogan, you, Mel Gibson, you, Mark Wahlberg, you, Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri! He went there. To punctuate his keen analysis, White included pictures of these evil celebrities at Saturday's UFC event, mingling and...
Now, mind you, let's stop right here. Now, mind you, remember now, rich man, rich man, rich man, rich man. And all of these people got where they're at. Now, I got it, is because it's very important for people to understand. Joe Rogan is not Joe Rogan just because he has a podcast and this and that. Somebody made him famous, right? He got on a show, and there's many different people that were way better actors than Joe Rogan when he first come, right? You understand all this. People pick, the elite pick who it is that's going to be promoted media-wise, because you clearly see how the media can promote somebody and then not promote somebody and so on and so forth. And the media can try to destroy somebody's characteristics about themselves, so on and so forth, right? So this is all a show that they're telling you that Mel Gibson, he's a great actor. He's number one. Mark Wahlberg, he was a singer. Guy Fieri, good cook. Joe Rogan, hey, podcast, this type of stuff. But there's more than Mel Gibson. There's more than Mark. Well, there's more than Guy. There's way more human beings in the world than just these clowns. And way better people than just these clowns. But these clowns always want to promote what it is that they are told to promote. You have to understand that.
Shaking hands with evil Trump, Gibson, Wahlberg, Fieri, Rogan. It sounds like he's listing people way more successful than him. By the way, the Gibson photo is actually from 2021, as if that matters.
Now,
because then White added, this is a...
Now, as you see, what he's making fun of people way more successful than him. But yet, aren't you making fun of that guy? For making fun of the other people? So you have to understand that this is all part of a programming. It's all programming. Every bit of this is programming for you. They want you to follow who it is that they follow. You understand? They're trying to manipulate everybody into following. And here's the thing. They are all part of that same classroom. Remember I told you, they're all part of that same classroom. Yet they're playing roles for you to try to take sides. All right? I'll explain it.
Statement from me, not a discussion or debate. Well, I'm glad he cleared that up. I was just about to invite him to my book club. Well, too bad, Jack, because you are a big phony. You sung at Loretta Lynn's funeral, and she endorsed Trump. So knock it off. And debate is kind of what we do here in the good old US of A, you pale, pud-pulling pissant.
Well, he was supposed to do what he did. That's part of the programming. Sing at Loretta Lynn's thing, even though she was a Republican, voted for Trump, that kind of thing. He's going to point it out and call him some kind of something so that people think that, oh, you're a hypocrite. But in reality, you're a hypocrite as well. All of you motherfuckers are hypocrites. All of you fuckers are liars and deceivers, and you want everyone to follow into your ideology rather than the ideology of Christ. The ideology of Christ. Do you understand what I said?
It was alliterative. But what a typical left-winger. All he cares about is Trump, while people beat each other up in cages for money. So what were Rogan and Wahlberg supposed to do anyway? Tackle Trump to the ground and try to peel back his orange devil mask? Maybe that's what Jack White would do. He doesn't seem like a people person. This was his reaction when he realized taking me out to the ball game is more popular than anything he's ever written.
And they're going to find the worst photo to show you, because I want to explain photo to show you, because they want to manipulate your mind. They want an image to go with their words. It's the same way when I make a video. I can make when I make my music videos that I make, I'm creating an image along with the music and the sound to portray an ideology. Now, you have to understand, I don't really give a rat's fucking ass about anything that I'm doing. I'm doing it for you people, not for myself. In that manner, when I make a video or something, I could care less about it. But I want you to understand that this is how they do this. This is how they make people people. And this is how they suppress people from being famous or getting known by the people in the world. And other ideologies promoted, they suppress. And they only want certain ideologies viewed. So they're going to create images and everything else. That's why this is called the image of the beast. That's why the TV is the image of the beast. Radio was the voice of the beast. And then they're going to bring the beast image, this image, into life through AI. And then AI is going to be the image, and they're going to put clothes on the AI. They'll dress the AI up. Maybe they'll put some gold chains on the AI, all that goofy shit, right? You understand? And then the AI is going to spurt out of its mouth foul things, and people will try to get people to follow along with it. You understand? So the same thing like human beings, they want people to follow human beings. Now they're going to be wanting you to follow AI types. You'll see this coming to fruition soon. Let's continue.
Seat for a porta potty. But none of this bothers me, and it doesn't bother you. Who cares what White thinks anyway? This is a monologue merely to remind you that
who cares what you think?
People still use the phrase normalize. By shaking Trump's hands, you normalize Trump. Nearly 80 million people voted for the guy. Some of them were once your fans. He's our 45th president. You can't get much more normalized than that these days. But with these whiny stars, it's always about normalizing and weaponizing, but rarely...
Wait a minute, he said these whiny stars, right? You hear what he says. But yet, he always wants to go and say, I've got the #1 show. Who's boasting now? Who's a hypocrite? You understand, people? All of these guys, everybody that is in this shit, are in the classroom, waiting to play and get their part. The puppet master going to give them their part. And then they're all going to play their role.
Ever civilizing. I mean, going after Guy Fieri, he's like the nicest guy in the world.
No, he's not.
Sure, he's got hair like a lesbian fight.
He's not the nicest guy in the fucking world. Get out of here. He's actually a rude motherfucker. He is. He's very rude. If people ever really knew his life, he's a rude motherfucker. The only thing you know about these movie stars and actors, what you see on the image of the beast, right? You don't go to his house and watch how he acts inside his home. You can't do any of that. You understand, people? All you're getting is what someone else tells you about someone. And then they manipulate you in that manner. And then they're going to say, oh, he donated money to this or that cause. The money that he got to donate comes from we the people to begin with. You understand? So everybody plays as if these people are doing something. In reality, they're not. They're really not. We hear people giving donations out. Oh, look, they gave $30,000 to a friend, organization to help the homeless or this or that. No, they didn't. This money is created out of revenues, and then because they make so much profit off of images of things and entertainment and stuff, they can take that and then set it aside. And you have to understand that we, the people, are the ones who bought the product or did that. And they just took it and said, now we're going to give this movie star or this actor or this personality, and we're going to promote and show on tabloids and newspaper clippings and all this other stuff. Look what this guy did. He gave $30,000 to the homeless. It's the same way how YouTubers walk around giving money out. The money comes from their views. You understand? Like, they get views, so they get paid. And then from this pay, they take this pay and then they make more videos so they can get more views, so they can get paid more money. It's a stupid cycle. It's a stupid cycle. All right.
Fighter. It's true. But he raised over $25 million to help restaurant workers during the pandemic. And Mark Wahlberg, everybody knows he's an active supporter of veterans charities, but more important, he led the Funky Bunch. That brought tame rap music and abs to millions.
Okay, so it brought, now here's the thing. Sons of Belial using this guy so that they can spread and brainwash all your children. Because back in the days, people did not accept them as musicians. They didn't care. They didn't listen to the music. But let's go and get a white person to sing it, and then let's get all the white children to listen. You see what I'm saying? So they'll go and get this guy here, or they'll go get Vanilla Ice, or they'll go get different people, right? You understand? So who sold? Now this is the funny thing about it. If you go back into the time when it actually flooded into the marketplace, where it became a huge thing, if you look at the people who say that they create the music, and then you look at the people who actually sold the most albums, Vanilla Ice sold the most rap album ever. 10 million copies sold in a day or something like that. Like, it was huge. He was white. And that's why it got, certain groups got upset because of that reason. And then they started to become jealous of all that nonsense. So it created problems. It didn't bring good things to us, Gutfeld. It actually created great problems in our society. It created fighting and arguing amongst ourselves, because this lead into mingling of your seed and stuff like that, to be more acceptable in it. You understand, people?
Preteens who needed it badly. But Wahlberg lost cool points for being too nice to Trump. But again, that's Jack White's problem. Again, you see how intensely some children have been broken by Trump. So much so that being civil in public becomes an evil endorsement. I once held the door open for Brian Kilmeade. It doesn't mean I don't hate him.
And they always use, now you always have to understand, they always use these jokes. People need to wake up to all that. They always use these jokes. So like I said, remember, they're all part of the same program. So here's two guys, they're part of Fox, yet they're going to make fun of each other. You understand it now? They're on the same side. So even all of this whole show that is being processed by the rich, that makes you think that there is a sides to take, that is called dividing the nation. Because they're making you divided. They're trying to get it through your head. Look, these people are good, these people are bad. Wait a minute. They're all in the same fucking classroom that are going to do a movie. They're playing the villain. They're still getting paid. They're still being famous. You understand what I'm saying? So all these people are there. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Everybody. If America does not wake up to this, like I said, it doesn't matter who's going to be the president, because it's part of the movie. Both sides are promoting AI. Both sides are promoting the foulness of everything that we see in the fucking world. But then they have separated to take sides in the movie. So that way you think that somebody's fighting for you. Oh, they're fighting for us. And the other people are like, oh, they're fighting for us. But in the reality, they're all in that same classroom, and they were appointed what position they were going to play in the movie, what role, and now you've become manipulated by it. That's what's really going on. Why do you think that they studied the brain so much to see how it functions, how it works? MK Ultra, all that stuff that they used to do to people.
But it shows you that White isn't interested in solutions. Rather, he's part of the problem. A recent study claims nasty politics haven't been higher since the Civil War, which is kind of funny.
So you see how they're promoting this. See, they want this promoted because in this they think that they're going to destroy America. Okay? They're going to destroy America, but in reality, what is happening is, like I had told you, the righteous are going to be separated from the wicked. The righteous are going to wake up and understand what the hell I'm talking about in a manner. They will understand and see that this is all just a movie. It's all bullshit. And that's going to create the great civil war in America that's coming. And in that will be the call that goes out that says we got to get out of America because God's about to fuck this place up. Because all the people who have created the movie, all the people who have done all these different things, God is about to punish them. So all the righteous who have become awakened to what reality is that's around you, come out of her, my people, so that you do not share in her wrath and punishment, O Belle of Babylon. You understand this? So every time I get on my phone, we got somebody, every time I want to make a movie or a video, I always got somebody calling me with a spam risk. All the time. All the time calling. Every time. It doesn't matter. So stop fucking monitoring me. Stop monitoring me. Fuck off. It never fails. I'm telling everybody, it never fucking fails. My phone will not even ring at all. But the minute I start making a video, my phone wants to ring. If you're on my phone spying because you are on my operating system, this finger's for you, fuckboy. So they're promoting this ideology because they think this is what they think. They think they're going to create the war, and they think that they're going to win, and to basically take over, become this one world government nation type thing, this one global thing, Antichrist Dajjal movement, right? But in reality, it's going to separate the righteous and the wicked, and it's also going to unite the Muslims and the Christians, the Hindus and the Buddhists. It's going to unite everybody because of the words that I'm saying and the teachings that I teach about religions itself and the true meanings and interpretations of things, how you can take the crazy ideology that the kings and queens of the earth forced upon us with their hocus pocus, like Queen Helena, like I tell you about all this. The queens and queens of the earth forced this perverted religious interpretations. And this is global. It doesn't matter what flock you're in. The same kings and queens did the same thing to everyone. Okay, you have to understand that. The rich are all together in a boat. It doesn't. You say, oh, Saudi Arabia and America not getting along. That's a lie. That's all. It's always been a lie. The king over there and the king in America, they're both buddies. All of these leaders are globally, they're all buddy, shaking hands, meeting each other, shaking hands, laughing, have a good old time. Oh, fist bump you. But then the media plays it in your mind to try to separate and create a storyline. to give you a false sense of reality. So media plays a big part in misinformation, and they do it on purpose. And they get by with doing it. And nobody puts a stop to them, because most of the people who run the news medias are ex-CFR officials. The CFR is the Council of Foreign Relations. You have to understand that. So you could even go into Saudi Arabia, the mainstream media of Saudi Arabia, and the people that run that are just like the same people that in America, they're called CFRs. All these are part of the foreign relations, and they all get together to try to see how can we manipulate the people through television. And the nations get together and they do this. That's why you have in different nations, so people say, oh, America's better than this nation, it has more freedom than this nation. Have you ever watched a nation that they say is better, and then you notice that they all have got talent, or they all have American Idol type singing thing? They all have this type of thing. You understand? Yet they run around and they try to tell you that the nations are better, one's better than another, and this and that and all this other stuff. That's all fabrication. You'll never know because you've never gone to another place. You'll never know until you go and travel to a different nation and actually really see what the land laws are like and how the people actually are. I mean, in truth. And then when you realize that, you'll realize, wait a minute, America's not any different than any other place in reality. Laws are laws wherever you go. You know what I mean? Look, there's laws everywhere you go. There's freedoms and liberties in all different places. It's that religious ideologies and connotations that restricted certain things. That's all it was. But the minute that you get the religions corrected, then also as well, your governments get corrected. Because your governments are based upon the religious ideologies of the people that are running them. Fact. So if you can correct the religious ideologies, you can correct the governing of the people. So right now, everybody wants to govern by man. Caliphates. That's what those are. Caliphates are rules of man. It's supposed to be the rule of God and His Word, not the rule of man and their laws. It's the rule of God and His laws, His way. So they try to change the times and the seasons up. And this is what they do. So we have to be very aware. Like I say, you have to be very aware that these people are manipulating us in this manner. So back to that Civil War thing. So in this, it creates the division. So that way, like I say, they think that they're going to win, but they failed to realize and understand the prophecy that in 1 hour, Bella Babylon is going to be destroyed and burnt to the ground through the volcano. And everyone's going to see the smoke of it rising up. The great destruction. And that's why God wants all the good people to get the fuck out of here and go wherever it is that you can go. And in this, like I say, they thought that they would be able to destroy it, but really they haven't. What they did is it's going to be a great unification for Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, all of God's children, no matter what flock or fold, you're all going to unite because we're going to have a common enemy, Satan. And the work that Satan does is the Dajjal Antichrist movement. And the people that are in it are only men. There is no, that's what I have to make sure people understand when God is talking about devils and demons and this and that. He's talking about the inner beings of people. They choose to do this. They choose to lie to the public. They choose to manipulate the public. It is not a demon doing it. It's not a jinn that's Hollywood or Bollywood. No, these guys are just foul and they worship money and they're very corrupt. And that's what I'm saying. They like money, basically. They want to be rich. And they don't care who they destroy, who they trample, or who they get killed in order to get rich. So I just wanted to show you this kind of stuff because remember I told you they're going to bring out the media and all. They're all going to bring out Hollywood. Hollywood's going to start coming out more and more, and you'll see this. It's going to just get very foul. And all these people are very great big hypocrites. Every one of them is a hypocrite. Remember what Jesus said to the rich man. And this is why I say this to all those rich movie stars, all those, even that Mel Gibson who thinks people think Mel Gibson must be a Christian man because he makes Christian movies. Well, he made a Christian movie based upon lies that were indoctrinated by kings and queens of the earth, so he himself is brainwashed. He doesn't even have the truth. He himself believes that Moses turned sticks into snakes because he doesn't have proper interpretation. Therefore, all people who follow Mel Gibson, if you follow in that path, you're going to go to death. Because it's not the proper teaching. It doesn't matter who you go around following. If it's not proper, you're going to fall into the pit. The blind can't lead the blind. They both will fall. You understand? So it doesn't matter who you pick. They are all in the same classroom, and they're all picked to play a role. All of them. To manipulate us, the people, into the way that we vote or something else, because you'll think that this guy is a good guy. Let's put him in. He'll sweet talk you and tell you what he wants to say, just like what Joe Biden did. Remember what Joe Biden? Oh, I'm not going to stop fracking. I'm not going to do that. No. The minute he got into office, what did he do? You see what I'm saying? All of them are like this because it's all part of the damn movie. Donald Trump goes around, hits hard on Joe Biden, but Joe Biden and Donald Trump are both friends behind closed doors. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, this is truth. This is reality. People better wake up to this shit. You know, even when people get government contracts, all this stuff they keep it in their families. They don't let anybody from the outside take a contract. They keep all this in their families. The rich. How did Elon Musk, who was born in Africa, who come to America, how is he getting a DoD contract? He's not even an American citizen in that manner, like he's not even born here. And people don't even realize that. So why was a man who was actually a citizen born here in America not get the DoD contracts? Why are you giving DoD contracts to people that are foreigners? Never let a foreigner rule over you. Ever. Saith the Lord thy God. But look what you have done. Look what America's doing. And that's why they're pushing so hard about this diversity, and that's where I tried to explain to you. Remember what it says then about the fourth beast. The fourth beast is more diverse than all the rest. What are they trying to do? They're trying to unite through diversity, through flesh. They want all the people to unite, even the gays and the transgenders. Oh, why can't we all just get along? Like that Canaanite mentality. Why can't we all just get along? Motherfucker, because you're teaching my children foul shit and everything else. That's why we don't get along. Oh, you don't like it because you're racist then. That's what they'll say. You understand? That's a lie. It's all lies. And if we don't wake the fuck up and we don't put a stop to all of them, I mean every one of them, we're going to be in a big load of trouble. Big load of trouble. So right now in the media, they play like they're helping you. They play like they're investigating things. They play this game. Nobody's going to get in trouble from it. Nobody. Nothing's ever going to happen. And then by the time they get finished with their process of questioning people and doing all this for the media to show you guys a movie, by that time new voting's going to be ready. And then you're going to vote, and then they'll put in what to appease the people's anger, they'll put in what it is. But then meanwhile, all of that's just a show. Meanwhile, everything that they were doing before, nobody still gets in trouble. And then it gets swept under the rug because it's not talked about, because the media doesn't talk about it. Because like I say, how would you know what goes on in anywhere if the media doesn't tell you? You wouldn't know. You live in your town, in your community, you go to your job, your work, your thing. You don't know what goes on around the rest of the world unless somebody else is telling you, and that's what they do. And they promote whatever it is that they want to tell you. And they'll manipulate it in a manner, always to promote it in a manner that they are the righteous and not the wicked. And that's a shame. And this is something that we have to put a stop to. Globally, not just in America. I mean, everybody globally, everywhere needs to wake up to this and put a stop to all of our nations all around that are manipulating the sheep. Because the sheep need to reunite under one God, one shepherd, one word, one truth. That's what it means when I go and I conquer Constantinople. At Constantinople is where they created the mainstream. You understand? They created what you believe today. Even the things that you believe today, because of the way that they did it, they're the ones that told you Moses turned sticks into snakes and interpreted it that way. And then they got the Nakash to give you the interpretation of what they say scholars are scholars are interpreting things. Oh, that guy, he's got to be right. He's a scholar. So let's make the mainstream religious doctrine, and anybody who teaches doctrine of religion, you teach that Moses turned sticks into snakes, okay? And if you don't, then you lose your job, because this is Nakash business here. Lawyers, doctors, teachers, scientists. That's Nakash. Knowledge of tree, good and evil of the tree. And they're not supposed to go for that. You're supposed to go to the other tree. The tree of life, which is Yeshua. Isa, Jesus Christ himself. As you look around the world, you see that nobody is acting and wanting to be like Jesus Christ, are they? See, this Antichrist hates it. See, the desire, if you read in Revelations, it says that the Antichrist, the Jal movement, hates the man that women desire. Who's a man that women desire? The man, the attitude, the man that women desired was the way that Yeshua, Jesus Christ was. Fact. And they want to destroy that image, that type of thing. And they want to promote just foul shit. Got to be a gangster, sell drugs. You got to be this, you got to be a sports player. If you play sports, oh, all the girls love you. Oh, you did. And they've manipulated the women to look up to this. You have to understand that. So why did they never idolize a righteous man? Throughout all history, why was a righteous man never idolized and promoted big time? It's always these foul individuals, all about the flesh, all about the image, rather than the attitude. And then they force you, they brainwash you and manipulate you through music videos to mingle your race. Commercials do it all the time. They're showing it. And then now they have TV shows that are called reality TV shows. And now the newest one I had seen, not a documentation, but a commercial thing about it. A bunch of bisexual people going to go to a place and they're all going to fornicate. Bisexuals, men and women. Right? And transgenders, all that. It's all on a TV show. And they're showing this. Little kids going to watch this. Little kids going to be manipulated by this. Young minds that are trying to be grown. Now, why is our Senate and House and legislation not condemning such an abomination when our nation's founded upon God? Why is such things not considered abominations and banned from being shown to our fucking people of our nation? We don't want to see that crap. These are just foul, dirty ass people that want you to accept their sin. I'm not going to accept your sin. You don't struggle with God. You don't Israel with God. You don't jihad with God. You're not deserving of heaven. You're not deserving of anything. Because that is what we're supposed to be doing, is we're supposed to be fighting the good fight. Struggling with God to get rid of the evil from ourselves and from the world. Just like God did. So, everybody better wake up to this, I'm telling you. Okay? And be very aware. Because the more I point it out, the more you're going to start seeing it. You'll turn your TV on, you'll see it. You'll understand. Like if you've ever watched my videos and you get it into your mind, next thing you know, when you start watching TV, you'll take notice of all this. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, look at the commercials they're showing. Why are they showing this type of stuff? Why are they promoting things that are really not happening in society? It's a small percent that's doing it. But why are they making it as if it's everybody should be doing it? They're trying to corrupt us. They're trying to corrupt us. And it's all the rich doing it. Poor's not doing it. It's the rich doing it, man. So like I went back to what I said, so you got all these rich people, like I was saying earlier, what did Jesus say to the rich man? Go. If you truly repent, and you truly believe, and you truly want to follow God, then go sell everything that you have, that you made off of wickedness, and go give it to the poor. And then you come follow me. These people won't do it. They're hypocrites. That's why I say Mel Gibson, go to Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson, you really believe that you're a righteous man? You think that the movies that you made, the violence in the things and all the foul perversions, all the things that you did, you think that's righteousness? So all the millions of dollars that you made off of that, if you're truly following God, go and sell it. Everything you have and give it to the poor. And go and follow God. They won't do it. Because they worship money. They worship money. You understand? And this goes for all of them. So that's when all of them come out, they start playing Christian role. You'll see they will all start playing a Christian role, or they'll play a Muslim role like that Tate character. Remember that Tate? All the Muslims started looking up to Andrew Tate. Oh, he's a good guy. All this and that. But it turns out, yeah, he's not. All these guys have egos. They all worship money. They all boast about themselves, this and that. They're not Christ's image. They're not Isa's image. They don't act righteous. They don't act good. They're nothing like that at all. It's disgusting. So like I say, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, it's coming. It's coming. That's why I've been saving money. I've been saving up food. I've been doing all the things I need to do because soon I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I got to catch me a ship or a boat, and I got to get the fuck out of here, and I got to figure out where I'm going to go. Where can Imam Mahdi go that he'll be accepted? That's the thing. Maybe that's how I end up in Medina, Saudi Arabia. Maybe that's how I end up there. Or anywhere. I mean, it's we're in the living of this, and we're in it right now, because in the Hadith it says that the Imam Mahdi will be in a place that is going into a civil war. And it even in the Hadith it has a thing where Imam Mahdi is in an airplane or something, either leaving America or going to America, somewhere in the West. It talks about the West, okay? So that is where I'm at, and I'm just trying to explain. I'm not well aware of it myself because we're in the living aspect of it, and I'm not even a practitioner of religion, so I'd have to go and ask people like, what is your real teaching? Like, what is your understanding of it in this manner? So that I can see your understanding of it, and then maybe through that understanding I can get a correctness out of it, and then I'll know exactly what is going on, what is happening in that manner, right? So I think it's happening. It's going to be happening within 10 years. I believe within 10 years it will be happening. So that's why right now I'm preparing. I just took a look at my garden. My garden is not doing well at all compared to last year, all the 5 years before, which is another sign that the Most High God has given me in my gardening, is that it is not growing as great as it should have been. So this year, back in July of around this time, all my beans had grown on my gate. My cantaloupes and watermelons had all grown. They were getting, by August, they had getting fruit on them. So it's July now. These things are not even a foot tall. My corn is only a foot tall. My tomatoes are about 3 feet tall. They're getting tomatoes on them, but they should be all the way up to the gate already. And during this time, because you can go to my videos and take a look at my videos of when I was doing my gardening, and see the growth periods of these times. And you see that this year, it doesn't look like crops are going to be very good, which is going to be a step for famine. Step for famine in the land. And the reason it's happening is because, like I say, all the things that we're doing with technology and stuff, they're creating new waste. New things are going in the atmosphere, spreading all around the world, destroying what is normal. And they try to attempt to change the times and the seasons and so on and so forth. And in their attempt of change of that, they're going to be bringing forth the bowls of God's wrath upon us. You understand? And if you look at the bowls of God's wrath, you see what takes place. Wait till the boils start taking place all over people's bodies because the heat's so hot. All that stuff will take place. Men will start wishing that they were dead because of all the things that they have been doing, ionizing the air, making rain happen, fucking up our whole... These scientists have been fucking up our planet for so long. They're the ones causing the problem of when they say, oh, global warming's... No, you're causing it. You're causing it by faking things that are not normal, that are not natural, nature happening. They're forcing it. When they crossbreed plants and animals, or they add things to plants and animals to try to get the fruits and vegetables bigger and bigger, they're destroying the seed. The next generational seed from these plants will be destroyed. Do you understand this? And then eventually, you know, when you crossbreed a horse and a donkey, you create this animal that can no longer procreate. And they keep doing this to our seeds. Eventually, they're going to create seeds that no longer produce. What are you going to do then when the animals that you're crossbreeding and genetically manipulating no longer breed? And the plants no longer form for fruits, vegetables, anything? What are people going to do? You know you're going to fucking die. Famine. Do you know that's sore painful? You want these people to keep doing what they're doing. We got to stop them. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, we need to vote. You need to go grab, like I say, go grab righteous men out of your buildings and drag them. Make them run for offices. Get rid of all these fucking rich that have been rich and in offices for years. Get them out. Because if you don't, we're going to get fucked. Because they're playing a movie. And we need to put a stop to the movie. That's why I said, man, I'd love to run. I'll run for president. I could debate, you know, if I stand on the stage debating Trump, Biden, whoever it was, I wouldn't have no paperwork with me. I'd be just all by myself. I just walk up to the podium myself, say hello to the people, and let's get it on, motherfuckers. You guys got notes to read? Why you need notes? You got bad memory? Oh, you shouldn't be the leader of our fucking nation if you got bad memory. Look at you, you're fat and overweight as well. So are you, donkey fuck. You know, I'd stand up there, I'd tell them all that right there in public. Oh, they'd shut it down. They wouldn't let me on the media. You understand? They wouldn't. They would not allow me to debate anybody. They'd shut me down quick. Once the cameras started rolling, the minute I start saying what they don't want to hear, they'd say, oh, we're having technical difficulties. Oh, then the show would be canceled. The debate would get canceled. But I'd love to debate them. I'd love to. Look at they got the same old characters. Oh, Robert Kennedy going to run. Why? Why we want another Kennedy? Because it's something of the past? So you're trying to brain fuck the people? We want people new, man. We don't want the same old families. We don't want the same old families. Because that's what you're doing. That's what you're getting. Think about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, I was the governor of California. I'm the governor. Yeah. How'd you get the governor? Because you married a fucking Kennedy. That's why. And the people started, and you made movies. That's why you got voted into office. If you was just a fucking bodybuilder jack off the damn street, nobody knew you as a movie maker or as anybody, and you tried to run for president, they would have laughed at him. Or governor, they would have laughed at him. But because they promote things and get people known, then that's how they get into office. And it's the same families. Like I tell you, same families keep doing this. We need to put a stop to these families. They're all foul and they're gross. They're twisted. They're sick. And they're forcing us into living like them. And being and acting and doing the things that their children do. Oh, my child is a drug addict. So they want all the drugs to get legalized or not charge crimes on the drugs because the rich are now on crack. And they're mingling their seeds. And they got babies out of wedlock and all this other adulterous and fornicating generation seeketh after a sign. That's why it's hard to all these people when I say I'm Imam Mahdi. Oh, prove it. Prove it. We want the sign. Prove it. Prove it. Motherfucker, I'm proving it by the words that I'm telling you. By the stuff I'm warning you about. And it's all coming. And you see that it's all happening. Wake up. Tick tock. Tick tock. The clock is ticking, man. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum.